Europa. Back again. And this time, fully up to date as of time of recording. All content DLCs in place. Paradise, Wealth, Republica, Art of War, Eldorado, Common Sense, Cossacks, Mare Nostrum, and The Rights of Man. All enabled, all ready to go. Fully featured Europa for circa early 2017 as representing 1444 and on. For further map game. Previously I did with a smaller number of DLCs a run as the Kingdom of Sweden, and through that got to demonstrate a pretty typical Euro game as a Christian kingdom of moderate size that, you know, gets into squabbles with other folks, gets involved in the disputes of the Reformation, and goes out and colonizes new worlds. Other such grand adventures. This time there will be many more mechanics in play, and I'm gonna go ahead and do something quite very firmly different. Where a thing I firmly applaud Euro for as a step that it took forward for the franchise as a whole. For a long time, para games were very Eurocentric in their functionalities and their mechanics and their design. Just the farther you got away from whatever core historic Europe event was going on, the more sparse and incomplete the gameplay experience would be. And the current generation of para games, they've gotten around to addressing that, and over time a development of poured attention into many previously neglected parts of the world, you know, done research and built interesting mechanics that reflect historic ideas and events that occurred throughout their times. And one of the ones in Europa that I've enjoyed the most out of those is what they implemented for Mesoamerica, all the way back at this dot here. First of the content DLC. Well, wait, no, they didn't. Most of the Meso stuff didn't show up more until there. But they decided to address Native America pretty early on in Europa 4's life cycle, because this, one, was a long-neglected area of design for Euro 3 on back to the original, and two, it's a really popular and natural challenge run to want to do. That this is the time when Colombo and friends and followers and etc. crossed the ocean and did many rude things to the many peoples of this land, so why not try to drive them back? So yeah, like trying to grab the Iroquois or the Shawnee or the Greek or anyone else and do stuff with them. Really popular idea. And they finally made that interesting and engaging and fun. So in particular, furthermore, I'm gonna head on down here to the Middle America, to the lands that would one day be Mexico, and grab one of the Nahuatl people. In particular, I'm gonna take Kalima off here on the far left side, since they are one of the ones that get to, let me, if I just mouse over the right part here, somewhere in here is their government type. Yeah, tribal democracy, so they're on track to become a republic rather than a monarchy, so we'll be able to show stuff about how republics work. And because out of the Middle and South Americas, each of the major blocks here got a mechanic for stuff to do during pre-Columbia times. So there's a thing for the Inca, and a thing for the Mayans, and there's a thing for the Nahuatl. And of those, I really like the Nahuatl mechanic. It's quite fun, flavorful, and engaging. So we're gonna go in there and see what it's about. Or wait, hold on. Well, that just be not gonna fall for this again. Just making sure. No, no one is lucky. There's a comprehensive list there of all the bonuses that luck gives a nation. None of that. No, we don't. No one is fortunate. All are equally cursed to live in this dreadful world we will build. For here, in pre-Columbian Middle America, in the grim darkness of what other people would call the 15th century, the first and a half millennium, and I could probably look up where on, like, what number the Meso calendars were at this point. The Aztec folks, like, borrowed calendar systems from the Mayans for large-scale timekeeping and so forth. But anyway, to digress from that preamble, since there will be further post-amble on that as we get moving, here in Middle America, there is only doom. Where to go about things broadly, you probably, just from like pop history exposure to stuff about the time and the place, know that the religion of these folks here is one that practiced human sacrifice as a thing. To a degree greatly exaggerated by the times afterwards. It was then documented by Spaniards who had a strong interest in dismissing everything that happened here as crude pagan barbarism to be replaced by the Jesus. However, that is indeed a thing that was occurred. You know, the pyramids, sacrificing folks, carve out hearts, give them to the divinities. Because by my admittedly armchair secondhand osmotic understanding of this religion and its ways and means, which, if any, like, actual scholars of deep Mesoamerican lore, or, like, practitioners of the surviving elements of the religion in the modern day, since another important America history thing is, these folks, while the governments that rule over them at this point were destroyed, the people living under them continue to exist, and many of their practices and cultures and traditions and languages, while suppressed by colonial overlords, did endure and continue to exist in the modern world. But anyway, so their religion, like many, is one where, like, way back in the mythology, there was, like, some primeval, chaotic force of nature thing that existed, and the gods are entities that, like, defeated that. They fought it and wrangled it into the shape of the world as we understand it today, that people are able to inhabit. But then, furthermore, it is one of those mythologies where the battle is ongoing. The gods exist in a constant struggle to maintain the state of the world as it is. And religious practice is in part about thanking them for keeping up the good fight and helping them with the occasional, fresh heart fed directly into the sun. There is an ongoing war for the very existence of the world, and you can do your part by supporting the temple. However, the important thing here is that while carving up humans was a thing for it, before roughly when the Europa campaign starts, coincidentally, it was a far less frequent and less, high-volume practice. Sacrificing a human was something you do from time to time, and it would be like an individual person, like a prominent old who's retiring, or some other, very specific person prepared for the very prestigious task of being put up on the altar. However, at around this time, wrong menu, pop this open, this guy rose to a position of power here among the Aztecs, who were one political entity among the many who dwelled in this area. This is not the Montezuma you're probably thinking of. The Montezuma who fought Cortez and whose vengeful ghost ruins people's vacations to the Gulf, that is this man's grandson, Montezuma II. This guy, however, is the one who set a bunch of things in motion by having a bunch of, strongly, burly military ambitions against his neighbors. He would spend much of his reign, and his successors would follow up on beating the shit out of all of these other polities and conquering and subjugating and ruining their days. And as part of doing that and enforcing their control over their neighbors, they revved up the sacrifices as a way to dispose of political enemies and assert dominance over their subjects. Oh, you're gonna give us trouble? Up on the pyramid you go. However, this kind of led to a problem. Because remember, those sacrifices are justified because the gods need them to stop the world from ending. So if you start saying, we need like dozens of bodies every month without fail, keep them coming, that eventually becomes a bit of a cultural panic. And so throughout, like, the generations leading up to Colombian contact, again, as I understand it, there was some pretty earnest belief building up that the end of days was nigh. So here in Europa, we have this mechanic of the doom counter. Over time, the doom counter will accumulate doom. If it hits 100, bad things will happen, because people are gonna freak out and riot and start throwing folks in fires and so forth. So we must at all times be mindful of doom and seek to mitigate the doom if we're going to survive. And in the long term, what we're going to do is gradually, while we combat the doom, we're going to try to pass this series of reforms that let us slowly calm everything down and re-stabilize the population. Just kind of douse that panic that's building. And eventually just, like, stabilize everything and kind of, recrystallize religious thought into, no, things are okay, we're good, business as usual. And how we do that, how we mitigate the doom, and how we go about getting all of these laws passed, is Thunderdome. What we need to do is, in order to counter doom, we need bodies to throw on the pyramid. Which means we have to beat the shit out of our neighbors and take prisoners of war. However, all of our neighbors here, out here, Zapotec here is the farthest east of the Nahuatl folk. Everyone west of this line is involved in the Doom system. They have their own Doom counters that they're trying to manage. So, we're all gonna be picking alliances of convenience and fighting out with each other to manage our Doom. And it's gonna be tricky because we're all very similarly strong and powerful and sizable. Like, of everybody here, Tlaxcala here in the middle is the smallest, but they're also, like, pretty reasonably developed in their couple of provinces. They are not as small as their relative smallness. Map size would make you think. So we're trying to beat each other up. We're trying to wrangle our way to the top of the pile. But also, the larger you get, the faster you gain Doom. You're trying to maintain this very careful balancing act of Doom or not Doom. Until you can successfully cease the Doom. So we need to make friends so we can make enemies. So that we can survive the end of days. And let's see. Yeah, I have one non-core territory right now. Let's just spend on that. So we have to do specifically, we can pass a law if, get that list open, we have 5 vassals, we're at peace, we're stable, there's no rebellions, and we're at less than half Doom. And then for each of these that we pass, there's an individual benefit, and then in general, they reduce the rate at which we gain Doom. Until eventually, when you have all 5 of them on the table, Doom is neutral. Still present, but will sit stable unless nudged by events. So, let's see, I gotta pick some friends. Metek's on board. Totenak's on board. And everyone else is opposed for now. So I tenuously have 2 friends with whom I could try to beat up on a third party. It's a start. So we're gonna have to play things kind of slowly and carefully. Because this is a very tenuous balance of power, which must be disturbed regularly in order to balance the doom. Here we are in the standoff. We all need to fight each other, and we all have free CBs against each other. Or, so yeah, these metrics here, that's the key thing that I have to constantly be wary of. Everyone's gonna ally, everyone's allies will have allies, and not everyone's allies will be willing to dogpile my enemies. To look for times when my buddies would be willing to join a fight, when enough of my buddies would join the fight to properly push things in our favor. And to carefully balance getting large enough to have leverage over the other states here, and be able to more reliably defeat and suppress them for doom management, versus getting so large that our doom becomes unreasonable. Our baseline here is 1 doom per province per year. So, per our current metrics here, sitting at a healthy size 4, every 25 years our people will descend into anarchy, convinced that the sun is about to go out, or what have you. Let me go ahead and declare some rivals. It looks like the main lines are a little bit drawn here. And a very important thing that's going to set the balance early on is that the Aztecs have a bit of an advantage early on because Pt.1 is already on the field as a general, and he's a decent one. He's quite effective as an early game leader. Whereas the rest of us have to roll our generals on the table, and I have no way of knowing how our current leader is going to work out if I put him in front of an army. Oh, there's also, furthermore, a whole bunch of mechanics in these DLCs that I have not bothered to pre-interact with. I'm going in blind for how Rights of Man works. We're like, okay, yeah, we have our leader, and our leader is going to have, like, custom personality traits that he develops over time. They put modifiers on things. There's a bunch of new internal government stuff that I'll be able to poke at. I can debase my currency for points of corruption. I have a corruption bar up here. Yeah, like, okay, so yeah, money, manpower. You now have boat manpower in the form of sailors, necessary to repair your boats. Stability's always been there. Corruption, we have a corruption bar. Good times corruption. Up here, Republican tradition, that is our equivalent of legitimacy for monarchies. Where 100 is the natural level you want it to have it at, where that's where things are neutral, and various things can cause it to reduce. It slowly builds up over time if it's not being disrupted, but it takes a while. Point per year at baseline, there's not too many things that speed that up. And let's see if I dive in here as well. Yeah, I got my estates. At least I have 2 estates for now. This is just a matter of the, I would have a generic burger faction as well. However, they have 0 influence, so they're just omitted from the list. And let's see... Oh, I have a button to spend to get more tradition, and let's see, in here, in my idea block... Yeah, some of these were rearranged. Or adjusted, finally. But yeah, instead of... we have these plutocratic ideas over here, in place of there was a different set for aristocracy. Mercenaries, morale, reduced unrest, extra merchant, more goods, more caravan power, manpower recovery, and guild loyalty. Oh, and there's also, furthermore, over here, inside of technologies, the entire tech group system was stripped out and replaced with a different, more flexible mechanic. Where instead, there is a series of institutions, which gradually, as you unlock them, improve various aspects of your society. And so instead of the groups and crawling your way up the groups, the idea is, you know, you will have these institutions. Several of them already exist in Europe, or will spring up in Europe, and then they propagate out. And if you make contact with anyone who's developed any of these ideas, or maybe go through the necessary efforts to establish them yourself, you'll get the benefits. And they, like, gradually insinuate themselves into your country over time. We need a certain level of acceptance on a local level before we can make it a state property, and so forth. So we'll get to see how exactly that works out. And also, furthermore, you can see our base tech cost here is reasonable instead of being outlandish. Under the old system, Mesoamerica technology would cost like 1,500 to 2,000 per as a baseline. Oh, Doom also cuts into our tech cost. Doom is going to cut into a lot of things. Letting Doom accumulate is not wise. Although, on the other hand, if you are very high on Doom, you don't get much aggression penalty for doing stuff in wars. People understand and sympathize with the justification of the gods need blood. It's the end of days. We cannot be picky about these things. Yeah, for now we have a stable budget, a competitive military. We're just involved in the one trade node that we know of, just here. Mexico itself is a commerce zone. We'll gain more awareness of the others as we spread out. And so begins the stare down. Who will twitch first? And like, per the nature of Doom, if someone else starts getting larger, their Doom also runs faster. So, if you're like on the small side of things, you can actually wait out another country and let them explode under Doom, and then sweep in while they're vulnerable and take their stuff. There's a lot of dynamics that occur within the Doom system. It makes a nice little fascinating pocket game to play. Pre-Colombian. Where we have a lot of wars to fight on a pretty strict timer. since 60 years from now we start entering the danger zone where at any time Euromen could show up off the coast and completely disrupt the balance. Since for further historic things, an important part of how Cortez, when he eventually arrived, was able to achieve his military successes in toppling the Aztecs, because the Aztecs had only a tenuous grip on the region. They were quite despised by their subjects. So what Cortez was able to do was develop a bunch of alliances among the other princes, and then working together, go after them and defeat Monty. Oh yes, also furthermore, as a development thing, the AI leaders will have more personality elements attached to them that will impose behaviors. Makes them both more and less predictable. Yeah, it's also the case that, as far as I know, there's still not any mechanic in place for, like... or not much of a mechanic in place for the plagues that swept America after Euro contact, and all the damage those caused. An important thing to have in mind when talking about history of the peoples, the many nations of America, that essentially, by the time a lot of settlement was occurring, populations, especially in across North America, it was essentially a post-apocalypse that people were then walking into and witnessing. There's clear archaeological evidence of several much larger, more settled and concentrated societies across a whole bunch of parts of Northern America that just broke and shattered under, you know, thousands of people dying of horrible plagues. And then a lot of the organizations that were there to meet strangers showing up from across the ocean were what had managed to reassemble itself after the fact, or otherwise survive the chaos. I have a button to get mercantilism if I want it. Fascinating. It's sure to serve a purpose at some point. Alright, so let's see, let's examine the current web. Raskin here is working with Tlaxcala and Tlapnek. However, Tlapnek is only working directly with Tarascan. Boundary dispute. Yeah, I'll be rude. I'll take a claim. Yeah, so these two are allied. You are allied thus-wise. You guys are in with Tarascan and Zapotec. Metek over here is down with us and with Totenek. And mutually, alright, so we have formed a three-way alliance here, surrounding all of the inner folks. Meanwhile, out here on the edge, Zapotec sided with Aztec and Tlaxcala. Aztec has sided only with Zapotec. So, of my war options at the moment, the most favorable one is going after Tlapnik. So I could get Metek on board as long as I promise them land. That would then be our 16,000 soldiers against their 18,000, though. So that's very close. Perilous. Delicate balance of power. However, I do have to start beating up someone at some point, lest the doom set in. I have most of my manpower stored up. Some cash. Full 100 points of each category. Or I could spend some of those on development. Development mechanics are really going to help us here. Since Doom only cares about province count rather than how big the provinces are. So we can get a lot of value out of going tall. That development is also how we're going to get our institutions more formalized. Just go ahead and inject some value. Slightly improve strength. Let's see. Let me get the ledger out here. Get some metrics. Let us compare our relative bigness. So, income of known peoples. Aztec at the top. And Flapneck, Traskin, Dunneck, then us. Jew over here. That's Jew, Keech, it's a... and Kakames. As usual, I'm probably grotesquely mispronouncing all of these, but I'm making some degree of attempt. That's our 4 Mayan princes over there. They have their own system where they kind of... They need to accumulate a bunch of land, then they can pass a law, and in doing so, release most of their land back out into independent vassals, or independent states entirely. And then for each of those laws that they've put in, they get to retain more of their territory after each cycle, until eventually they're just solidified. So, let me see how good our leadman would be. Terrible. Better than nothing, and that is all. Well, the point of siege isn't bad. He's just not going to be great at fighting anyone. Alright, let's flower war. see what happens. If their allies answer their call. Our adversaries haven't spawned their generals yet, so we don't know what that spread is going to be like. It'll take some guild loyalty. Let's get the guilds on the table, if possible. Being able to activate the features of my estates is going to be quite relevant. Okay, you... terrible. Yazabir. Quite fearsome. Zolo's not so great. But, this guy. That is like a mountain's worth of advantage. Mountain, river, and then some. Oh, we do what we can. See if we can wear them down. What's the manpower spread like? We have capacity for more men than they do. If I can force favorable trades, I can wear them out. Though, again, that'll be difficult when they have a good general, and I do not. Oh, just let them siege. Maybe hope that the Metek make their way over here and we can unite up. Okay, they've rolled a better general than the Tlapnek have. So they'll have the advantage on their side. Sort of. Unless, you know, they're squandering their benefits by charging into a mountain. If they get that general over here to my army, that'll cancel out most of the bonus from Znea over there. Please retreat in my direction. Just help me out here. You know, if the Tarascan want to abandon their spot on the front, I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'll just slip in and take a capital. Well, they are going to go unite up and then have an unstoppable 17,000 man murder pile. Uncontested, because you guys don't understand that you should flee. You should get over here. There, let me just raise the flag. Come on. I'm attached to my army. The doom's not getting any lower. See, look what you've done to yourselves. You'll make a fine distraction. Okay. Our allies' entire army has been annihilated. Potnak, you want in? Buddy? Neighbor? We have access to mercenaries, yes. I'm going to be augmenting our army with mercenaries whenever possible. Whenever reasonable. For now, it'll just be a matter of... Like, we have a healthy manpower reserve. So I'm going to stick with professional army over here until it takes a bit of damage, then I'll consolidate and pad out with the with mercs. That's just how quickly fortunes can reverse. A commoner has wealth. I will accept the doom for now. Admin points can do things for me. That's we're about to sacrifice some doom. Hopefully. Surely. Look, if they get into a siege race with us, we have the advantage. Engineering is the only thing our general's good at. And yeah, it's just the state of things that... all sorts of things could be an omen of the end of days. We're under a lot of stress. You see, our opponents are running 2 sieges, whereas we're running only 1. Good wall breach there as well. They're taking 180 damage in attrition, whereas we're taking only 90. We're killing them twice as fast. We just need to hold out for like 100 months and their entire army will be dead. Less if I'm able to sack their cities first and turn up the heat. If I can shut down their income, then their army won't be able to, you know, sustain itself as well. We can get morale advantage. Lexiac, 9 development, 7.5. Yeah, this is strongest province that Tarascan has. Alright, that's a start. Also, furthermore, if we can dial up the weariness, we can get them exhausted, while remaining in high spirits ourselves. They're already 1,000 men behind. Actually, I think I will endeavor to try to lift the siege. Let's see, I have points. Let's roll a regular-ass general. Maybe he'll be non-trash. He's even worse. How did this happen? Be gone. Now we have 69 points left. All is doomed. See, this is what happens when you people don't give us enough bodies to work with. Now we've failed the snurb. Or perhaps not? We got good dice. We got the mountain works in our favor since we have control of the fortress still. But also, wait, hold on. There is a mechanic. Yes! Yes, I can have the garrison charge out there to join. All 800 that's left of it, but yeah. Get in the fight. The homeland needs you. Yeah, we have the edge on morale right now. Though we are taking some pretty brutal damage. Good dice. Good dice. Down to the final moments. Let's preemptively pay for some mercenaries. Okay, we did it. Barely. Dealt 300 extra kills. Or 600 extra kills. Or so. Came out ahead. Oh, and the garrison stays around as a unit. Nice. So let me condense you down. And reach out to the private sector. Although, wait, no, not that last one. This became 6, so I have room for 3 more regiments, like so. And rude. They will soon be upon us and cause problems. However, we've dealt damage. Score is only against us right now because our allies were completely overrun like the worthless trash pile they are. Now Tontenac needs defense against... fine. I'm just gonna let you burn. You don't want to show up and help me on the attack? You don't get anything in response. I am busy. We're all doomed together. There we go. Just try to go for the slow burn here on the war. Build an army that I can sustain. And just try to keep it going longer than my enemies. Yeah, Tarascan lay down on man supply. Slight negative on cash, but I can work with that. Continue to invest, develop, reinforce. Like, let's see, yeah, 0.4 extra cost from reinforcing. Once the army is filled, it will just barely be at equilibrium for the budget. Better if I'm able to lay down some war tax. I just have to make the call about whether I think I'd be able to flip these guys over. Try to defeat them, or do I just wait for another good opportunity? Hello? Maytech accepted being knocked out of the war. We're on our own. Yeah, no thanks to these assholes. Such as the dome. Oh, I'm feeling that doom pretty hard right now. This would look to be one of them classic no-win scenarios. Although on the other hand, with them out of the war, now my score is positive. Maybe I could demand some token concessions. Not with the way things are right now, since we've barely gotten started. Way to ruin everything, Pt.1. You had one job. I could just somehow be sure to make Tarascan suffer disproportionately. Should also consider buying a proper, more bigger fortress here, as we're just running on the basic capital for it. Yeah, the moment I charge in there, they'll swoop in, relieve them, and everything will be terrible forever. Yeah, slap on the wrist. Ooh, you sure got me. Small broad? Larger broad. Oh, Tomneck actually made their way over here. Good job. Nice job showing up to help in. You're not in this other war, so you won't even be belligerent towards those very important soldiers. I'm gonna sack this wilderness. Take on these rural hinterlands. Perhaps they'll be worth leverage. And here comes the completely unrelated other army. That secondary war that there is absolutely no hope of meaningfully engaging in. Yep, we sure beat them. What a good battle. Coming back to Europa means we once again have the joys of committed movement as a mechanic. I do firmly appreciate. It really helps make sure that fights actually happen. Look how neutral this war is right now. About we truce, you assholes. How about instead I offer this? You know what? Fine. The dice fell poorly. Starting situation was garbage. So let's just go underground for now. And temporarily neutralize Doom. We're no longer independent, we're a subject. We're not the ones responsible for holding off the end of days. Pass that up the chain to the boss. We just get to sit back and relax and bide our time. Someday we will betray them. We will destroy them. But for now we can take it easy. Scrap the mercenaries. Just go into recovery mode here. Take it easy. Free stuff. Cash dollar. Appreciated. So we get the army back up to size. Just try to quietly develop. That being a vassal greatly spikes our urbanization costs, so we're not gonna be buying province numbers much. Not until the moment I can betray my masters. Guess we save up for that fortress, that's the next goal. Got army maintenance for a while. Ah, nice. That'll be substantial, supposing this ruler lives long enough to build that fortress. Architecture, yeah. What if castles were bigger? Louder? I mean, we've got, like, a trench, some dirt wall, that's something to hide behind, I guess, but I mean, what if we used rocks? What if we, like, built a proper wall? Or even just, like, very thick wood. Right, looks like there's not much we can do with spies until we tech up harder. That's a pity. But yeah, a good option. Just rest easy, get cash, build shiny new fortress, use that as a strong point to repel their armies for the Independence War. Probably get a chance to buy a technology or two while we're waiting. Yeah, so there you go, the mechanic. The idea is we have baseline tech cost if we are up to date with current institutions. And for each of those that emerges elsewhere in the world, we start to stagnate and fall behind compared to the folks who have done the thing. Your generals also now develop little personality quirks that customize them beyond their basic stats. We have no means by which to feudalize. So let's see here. What if I gave each of my lands out to an estate? Establish some influence. Particularly for the guildmen. Get that powerful inland grain lobby. There we go, now they're on the board. Now they're in love. Not that we have much of a tax base to leverage them through. Man, I could get a whole $8. That grain money. Another year for the truces to clear. That'll get us much of the cash dollar. We can nearly afford the fortress. Gladly pile on the admin points. For what little they're worth. What to do with this precious sun? Yeah, let's get him into the good schools. Of course you wound up a loyal subject, because you're tiny, frail, and useless. Dumbass garbage foe ally. We have an industrious heir. Yeah, move it along here. Give me that citadel. Good stuff having the foundations down for that. All of our territory is non-accepted culture. None of our subjects identify with us. You know what? Military focus. Establishing an upper edge in Army Tech. More importantly, not falling behind on Army Tech. That's going to be important. The marginal benefits of the other categories at the levels we'll be able to achieve of them won't be as big a deal as getting that morale, that discipline. That good war money. Let's just go ahead and promote these folk, since they are the entirety of our people. And immediately the economy thrives out of basic recognition of reality. Good stuff. Port's ready in another couple of months. Then perhaps we ride. Of course you have. Alright, we've prepared our hill to die on. And our fellow vassal is also properly rebellious. Good. Truce. Till 60? Alright, fine. I'll avoid stability bleed. Although 3 automatic points of stability bleed for rebelling at all, even though we have outlandish liberty desire. Why is this kicking in February? Not complaining, but confused. 'Tis the season in which doom. Can we try to conspire with these guys? Looks like no. Dead advisor notices are not a concern. That's the recruitment pool cycling. We're not employing any advisors yet. They're too expensive. And we can afford to maintain our fabulous 3,000-man fortress. Right, I guess we'll have a chance to grab some technologies then. And let's see, stab cost is 94. That's okay. Also, a not insubstantial part of their force limit is coming from our tax dollars. So that 10K is a bit of a falsehood. In terms of development ratings, we have built up quite nicely. We're economically bigger, I just need to translate that into military victories. Truce clears in the summer, and then if we wait another year, we'll have military too. Then 15 to 20 years from now, medieval administration. That'll also give me time to develop some admin power that I'll be able to use to buy off the stability hit. In 5 more years, Zadal will probably be dead, or receive another personality trait. Stable government. The world is ending any minute now. The oceans could rise up and devour us by the end of this sentence. Also, yeah, you've been at peace for a while, haven't you? You, friendly neighbor over here, how's your doom? Probably not a space in the ledger for doom. Unless... no, that's overall religion stats. Only there was some way to look in there and consult their doom. Well, maybe there is. Let me look around here. No signs of a way to access their Doom counter. Just externally, academically, we know they're getting 4 points a year, outside of events that might mitigate it for them. And that as an overlord, they have the option to execute the leaders of either of their vassal states as a way to Doom manage. We simply do not know how doomed they are. More? Less? Similar amounts? Such are the mysteries. So let me see here. How much force limit am I spending? Well, I have 3 points in for being a subject. So the question then is, how much larger is that number if I'm independent? Even while subjugated, our economy is quite large. We have strong income compared to all of our rival states here. Ability cost now a comfortable 90. So I'd have 3 more if I were independent. I'd be able to get up to that 10,000. Remain allied. The hated Tarascans still have their non-trash general. Hey Aztec, what do you think about my current state of affairs here? That's the good opportunity now. There, that should secure it, probably. Let's see, they have Totenak as a vassal, they have 2 buddies. And disposition of forces here. Aztecs have 10,000 guys in the field, 11,000 reserve manpower. Yeah, they'll counter Tarascan, and I think that would do it for opportunities. They will back us. Let's do it. Freedom! Shove some mercenaries in to pad the army. And then we do the move. Yep, there's Monty. Monty is immediately converging on us. Yes! Good. It's working. We're gonna do it. This is where it happens. We break free and are friend of Monty. And then we'll have all the leverage we need. Once more, we're doomed. As it should be. Is that, yeah, all the mercenaries are in. So let's go burn that fort. A great poet. Yeah, free doom mitigation. Nice, sure. No possible downsides, all is well. Let's see here. Y'all hang back and do the sieges. That still seems preferable. Mexico itself is also hardly fortified. No one's getting into Tenochtitlan. Yes, we fight for freedom! Great art inspired by our revolution. Alright, this is an opportunity I will take. If they've brought the fight to us, we will end the fight. We can snap their armies. Nice and quick, like, Monty, get in here. Monty, are you in? Yes, good. Monty is in. Monty, let's do this. Do it right, Monty! Fight good. Yeah, there we go. Do not dare ruin this for me, Monty. Our one chance to be free. See, I may as well, diplomatically, go ahead and declare my points of interest. Nope. Would have needed to do it in advance. Alright, never mind. Let's throw down the vortex, just at 2 years of cut maintenance costs. Could do the job of stabilizing the budget. Good budget. Come on. You gotta be that way, war budget. Alright, fine. Let's condense this army. That'll cut maintenance. Just consolidate the units. So let's see, when I am eventually in position... It's all... That is not the button I wanted to press. This one over here. Let's see, what demands exist? Independence is the main one. And it looks like I cannot quite go into overdrive, and... If I can take some land as punishment, I can try to go after lands. That will be my goal. Let yet another poet wander the lands, stabilizing the realm. We shall not stop the music. Please do climb the mountain. Come fight me. Trade your numbers with my numbers. There. There's Monty bringing sufficient noise. That is some quality damage into our enemies. Actually, you know what, yeah, on the demand list here... Forcing them to give up me tech would be the other good stretch goal. Completely dismantle their influence. Probably try to punish these folks as well. See if I can strip some land off them. Keep condensing the army to avoid frivolous expenses. If I really need to drag some more cash out of the budget, I could mothball the fortress. That is a whole ducat a month. And leaving it up for now in case the tables turn. Ah, no, this is a really good number to add to the table, yeah. Look at this very helpful metric. Of which ours is much higher because we've actually been sieging. The kill count currently kind of even overall. Although that is entirely being made up by the sieging. If not for the 4,000 bodies we've spent breaking a fortress, we would be 100% ahead. And neutral stability. Bash down some more exhaustion. Also, hey, my independence has, yes, evened out my developing costs. Do that. Do this. And this. This. Economy. What better time to invest? Our new leader. Yeah, Guild's gonna need that donation. Get ye war bonds. Our new leader, who is also terrible at spy defense. Good. Good and proper. At least we still have Monty on side. Monty will continue to deliver tactical victories. Which is what we need in order to ultimately flip the table on this war. Monty, please stop fucking this up. Yeah, more of those good weeks where you just kill thousands of our opposition every day. Give me them 4-to-1s. there a particular reason you're spending my lives first, Marty? Well, that fight was large enough that everyone was getting properly mixed into the blender. Fortunately, we are still ending up ahead. We have 8k reserve. Our opposition has 8k between them. Their exhaustion far outweighs our own. It is they who are doomed. Just remain humble. Alright, for this I will mothball the fort. Mothball the fort, get some war loan going. Debt will preserve us. You know what? Let's see if we could knock them out with truce. Let's... yeah, give up your claims on my land. Never speak to Clapneck again. And give me your money. Not in that way. Give me your money. I have bills to pay. Good. Now it is just you. Well, I gotta bring people home out of exile first. In a moment it will be now just you against my lovely dual alliance. And let's see, how is the new guy at leading an army? Decisively adequate. Good. This overall scoreboard is deceptive because half of their army is in Miktek, who we've confirmed and reinforced are quite disloyal. They will be next in line for freedom. What are you doing? Right, the fort existing it's doing its zone of control thing. To take this down first. We brought the siege gear. Yeah, we're getting some good looting going on. Walls are down. Suddenly everything's in our favor. Soon the war will end. We will be free, and we'll have our new, good and honest friend stay with us to the end. Our buddy Monty. Your most dear and vengeful pal, Montezuma. Right, so how does that old treaty draft look now? Mostly held up by the fact we haven't taken a fortress yet. And how that changes. This will decisively weaken them and put us into position to keep moving east. Yeah, I can work with this. We take our 2 provinces, we have our Aztec border. We humiliate our would-be overlords. Hopefully get the leverage we need to start actually more reliably beating on others. Take it. That good flower war. We're back. More doomed than ever before. Next time. Because yeah, now we've got them condensed down into a nice digestible package. They will be easy to repeatedly subjugate and set free. Where I'm gonna need 5 minions to beat up on. Can reasonably do that by just working my way around the ring. The doom runs hotter. Let's see, those truces put us out of commission until 73. Unless the Aztecs decide they no longer want to be our friends. And we get the chance to betray them. And I'm just going to go ahead and declare my provinces of interest. This makes the AI understand the particulars of my ambitions, which eventually are all of this. But that gives me a short list of highlights. That, like, while they're calculating diplomacy, they'll consider, oh, the human wants these. I might offer them as a deal. Alright, let me drop the mercenaries and attempt to re-establish my regulars. I could start to cover the loans if I just debase the currency a little. We're not corrupt at all right now. It's 2 corruption to clear a loan, improving the overall health of the economy. And that's the Aztecs backing away from us. As they do. Just keep our eyes out for good deals regarding development. Wait a couple months, I can clear the other loan. And then we complete the restocking of the army. Oh, our leader is also named Montezuma. It's just a name. Our new guy, our Monty. Our Monty? Their Monty. President Monty, not to be confused with King Monty. Need new rivals. Yeah, everybody's in the truce. 69, actually, the earliest that we could get back to new fights. By betraying Monty, although he brings Zapotek and is quite strong himself. Oh, the goal is more to find a new buddy. Like, hey, Zapotek. You guys are a subject. Can't involve you. Could consider going afield. If any of the Mayans emerge as a dominant power, they'd make a pretty reliable buddy, since they are conducting, you know, non-Thunderdome activities. They are exempt from doom. And yeah, corruption is a very slow burn for mitigation. That is the idea. And trade a long-term problem for a short-term game. Like that. We don't have to owe anyone money if we just declare things to be money. you know what, maybe flowers are money. Maybe especially shiny rocks are money. In some circumstances, an appropriate quantity of grain could be money. Just need to invent a financial instrument that's rooted in the inevitability of the end of days. Alright, so we can afford to have a full army of regulars, but leave the fort vacant. Or cut army funding and have the... or cut field army funding and enhance the fort. Or, wait, no. Things balance out, so I could afford the fortress in our current state, and that's before I'm gonna inject a bit more value into the old economy. We do have all this diplomacy accumulating. We can do a fine business. Ah, nice! We have gold now! There, see? That's what clears up the debt. Gold is money! It's right here! We just dig for money! It's just right there. Just take it. Gold's no big deal. It's free gold! Freedom gold. On the other hand, I do want stability. Oh, our stab cost went up a bit due to the corruption. I'll tank the Doom for now. Doom is low. The end is later. Let's focus on the now. Zapotek is a less than enthusiastic ally. See what we can do to try to reinforce that. Current state of the world is not even quarter doomed. That's our army back in fighting form. Though we're at less than half manpower, we want to refill that. We're partly restabilized. Look, we have a much better air now. Wherever in this interface they go. Yeah, this is a government that has long existed in bizarre limbo status, where it's classed as a republic, but has a bunch of non-republic features. It's a despotic republic. So it's stuck in weird pseudo-status, since, you know, we have people governing for life instead of being elected. And we have designated air mechanics in place, even if we're not using them. Alright, so let's see. Who do you have left for friends? Roughly fuck all. Excellent. Just march the boys over. I can make a state. This is a mechanic I had not previously engaged in, but we have the ability to, like, group batches of provinces together. So while a territory, much higher minimum autonomy, stuck at 75 autonomy, but it costs less to administratively maintain it. Let's go. At a slight loss of cash. Immediately. Although now that makes our estates a little upset. I can work with that. We were still working on coring all the provinces, right? That was in progress. Or did that get cancelled? But can't believe you've done this. Oh no, it occurred instantly. Alright. Just finalizing the expense, I suppose. Economy is looking healthier for it. Alright, so let's see. Which is my fightiest land at this time? None particularly strong. Well, let's just maybe give them somewhere small. Let's call that noble land. And then maybe... to give out more business land. To gold! There we go. Everyone is happy. Now let's convert that into some utility. And yes, I can get that 12th soldier. From this, we attain leverage. Beating up the Separatists will give me something to do. Possibly even bodies to feed into the Doom engine. After that, I'm still stuck waiting several years. Unless I can get some goodly friend to back me up. Or drag me into something. I needed somebody to obligate me to do a fight. Okay, rebellion handled. Doom unaffected. Life goes on for now. Right, now let's pop that onto my remaining slot of the quick bar here. It's currently vacant. Just for ease of reference. Very important that we keep the Holy Roman Empire map available at all times. Must remain up to date on the dire omens locked in this two-headed chaos bird. Alright, so we've now attained the largest single army in the region. We just need the right opportunity to use it. Okay, status neutral again. We are still less than half doomed. Although with 5 years until we untruce. That could get unpleasant. That is another 30 doom off the top. Alright, Monty's dead. Only our Monty remains. That creates opportunities. Although these folks still have their initial general. They're quite well connected, though. That attack would go immediately and extremely poorly. We must bide our time. Until the doom is right. Hey, do you guys need a hand with your, no? Okay. If you're sure. That precious son, now of age, and will soon begin to sports. Wish him luck. Blood is nature's luck. Why don't we just say blood is money? That could be a thing. Blood coin. We fight them. And can get access, maybe? Yeah? Then we'd be able to go after Tlashkala as well. Have that slim opportunity to try to flip 2 subjects out of the fight. A wizard? They could be of use. We may need the strength of many wizards to forestall the doom. What is a Japan, and why does it have influence in our trade network? What do the stars foretell about this Korea? They apparently trade harder than Tarascan does. Just a quirk of the mechanics. Residual power moving through the network, regardless of if that makes any sense. Temple building. We can use currency to forestall the doom. We can kill wizards to forestall the doom. Very good. We've bought precious time. I don't recall off the top of my head how much in the way of Polynesian representation there is for playable states in Europa. Plenty of Pacific states are quite playable and feasible platforms from which to engage in colonialism. Three more years. Alright, so one of our neighbors has experienced doom. This is what happens when doom. Anarchy, as represented by the immediate installation of a 000 leader. This is what we prevent by executing wizards. Our less fortunate neighbors in Zapotec did not destroy the wizard. Such was their peril, their folly. We must endeavor to avoid their folly. I think when I get the opportunity, I'm going to drop the specialization. Maybe after this leader dies. So right now the specialization is compensating for their complete garbage army stat. Gonna let the... Hey! Further doom! Tarascan. Plagued by doom. Further poetry, suppressing doom. I think the case with the poets is that the other option involves something to do with monarchies. And so its effects are just a non-entity to us. You'd be able to get, like, a legitimacy gain or something. Which, rather than being translated into a tradition gain, is instead just thrown into the void. I could spend harder to dispose of corruption. Not that hard. But reasonably. Keep the bureaucracy occupied until we get our opportunity to go in for the big fight. And let's see, just to be careful here. 6,000 guys out there, 7,000 out there. That is an alliance that does outnumber us when taken as a whole. Yeah, the exchange rate. 2 poets is 1 wizard. Is half a temple. The metrics of doom. Their Mayan friend is tucked away at the back, though. It would take a while for them to get any support. Might be able to go in, but just a quick, decisive battle. Smooth and easy victory. Home by Doomsday. Although their other province would... Well, no, the gold is in their capital. Their other province would give us fish. And a nice fort for holding down the front lines. Alright, the bee truce on the far side is ended. Our old rivals, Interaskin, who are actually relatively isolated right now, could just flip the script entirely and go flower war them. No. Stick with the plan. We go for that gold. Relax the corruption hunting. And get beaten to the punch. And betrayed by our allies. Oh hey, their general is terrible. See if we can claim some sort of early victory. How's your manpower? 10,000 against our 12. But they're up a military technology that contains a morale bonus. That they somehow managed to afford. Spineless coward. Good job bringing doom upon the realm. Get over here. Yeah, that's right. Fight me on the river. How do you like me now? Flip these back and then we push to Mexico. You see, if I can then put the boot to them, even if they're disloyal, just having them out of the running gives me free reign on a bunch of other stuff. Let's see, what would it cost? $59 score. Among other things. Oh, hey, is your vassal even loyal to you? Not in the slightest. Beautiful, we have the upper hand. Everything is actually fine and good. Doom be praised. Oh, right, it's a huge fortress. You need to bring all the boys. I think I'll just keep the pressure on then. Looting the city is giving us plenty of upkeep money. Let's just do it. Make sure our own fort is ready to withstand any raiders. And then, yeah, Aztec manpower reserves, noticeably behind our own. Good position. It's a reasonably substantial province for the region. Strong city. Yep, go ahead. Continue. Proceed. We just sneak some mercenaries in behind them to retake the land and go join the army. Yeah, come 1v1 me on the Holy Mountain. And we'll get repelled unless the dice swing drastically in our favor, because, yeah. Never mind. What's progress? See if we can convince him to die in the river again. If we can get another victory, that will be more so the end of them, because they are nearly out of men. Whereas we're managing to shift back over to mercenaries per typical wartime policy. Just come on. Come get me. In the river, up the mountain. Experience early game morale differences. Alright, that damage for them is irreplaceable. They will get 2,000 guys into the field and then stop. Whereas we have thousands more in reserve. But our morale remains trash and will not recover to any substantial degree. Our army is in dire need of a good clown. Who knows, maybe we can have the fort garrison get out there, maybe they're in high spirits. Well, there they are. And now the Aztecs have begun to hire mercenaries of their own. How many loans have I built up at this point now? 3 active loans. Corruption is like loans, but better. There, unless they collect a force of 9,000 men, they cannot make progress against my fortress and are just throwing lives away. Although, naturally, we need to overcome the same barrier if we're going to sack Mexico. Let's try to ravage their countryside a little. Forward, no, stay on friendly ground. We've got to do another battle. Alright, so let's see, what's the unit count now? 3 mercenary, 2 regular, 3 regular, 4 regular. That'll put us back to 8 against their 8. When they have, yeah, hit rock bottom for manpower. Eight years before we'd be able to equalize military technology. Alright, we now have a leader who understands the fight things. Can he perhaps lead an army? Quite well. Tragic that that's all in skirmish instead of shock. It'll help, though. He's still better than the nothing that his adversary is. Couldn't even... Economy is with us, I assure you. Even if the rest of Mechanic is not right now. You are out of humans, Aztec. If anyone else at all would like to take advantage of their weakened state, anyone want to pounce on them and ruin them while they're vulnerable? Just a thought. This isn't even unfolding in a way that lets me bleed doom. Yeah. Let's just go with it. Oh, good, a shrink. That'll balance out one of the other advantages they had. Tactical loss, strategic gain, the old Pyrrhic victories. They have no reserves. But I do. I'll recover, they won't. My eternal ally, corruption. To re-explain to folks, since it's been a while since I last Europa, but what's happening there in the detailed fight interface is these morale bars out here are just relative to the unit itself. Once an actual battle starts, the bars are scaled to to whoever's maximum is larger. So what you're seeing there is the fight starts, and they have 50% more morale than we do, because they have 50% more morale than we do. They have this right now, and we do not. An extra half point here in the early game, when there are not many points to go around. Oh hey, good! Someone else finally jumping them. Good job. What a brilliant idea. Alright, that's all our land back under control. I can cut the fort's maintenance. And yeah, if I then just get one more spear regiment into the field, I'll be able to start sieging. Really, Aztec? Is that how we're gonna do things? Well, you're committed, so let's go. Time to die. I'm sure you'll be in real high fighting spirits when I put you on the pyramid. And both of their forts are equally strong. Gotta get a full army together. It's an emergency. The time for based coins has long passed. Doom is upon us. Alright, now if we can just get the band together, torch the city. Put our enemies in the ground. And then by doing that, we'll probably inherit their war. Alright, the other fort is deoccupying that for them. Fair, I suppose. So we carry on the siege. But if they're bullshit allies, make them win another war on the side. Well, they probably won't be able to take much. They're defending on the other end. There, use all that debasing to clear up our loans. And then just kick back and enjoy our tenuously stable budget. City is nearly fallen. Either way, we're getting a free point of tax. Favor guilds or favor nobles? But noble influence, yeah, give the bit of a guild shift. You can just call a parliament in exchange, or actually... How many more points do I need for this? 200. And always rising because of the doom. Alright, we'll see. Hey look, that thing I mumbled about occurred. Although now I could take that from them in this war. They'll probably think little of it. I mean, it's not even a core of theirs. It means taking on more land, though, while already very doom high. But there's sugar. I get that sugar, and now we have even more of a leg up over our traditional rivals at Tarascan. Only we had a way to tank the doom better. Like some sort of subject nations whose politicians we could routinely sacrifice. Could go for some of those. How much of an army does Apotek even have right now? 5,000 guys, adequate manpower supply backing it. Raskin is sitting there with their probably very hollow 9. Yes, that's extremely fragile. And their general is mediocre, and they don't have the army tech leg up that the Aztecs did over us. So that's the follow-up war. Just plunge directly into the heart of Tarascan, and then leverage that into subjugating as much as we can. You would still not accept vassalization. Well, that's just going to make things worse for you. Take that and your other gold mine. And we'll have to go burn their last city in order to make our point. Apparently this is Tlaxcala's siege, and we're just standing near it. Somehow, even though they don't have enough soldiers to do this on their own. Oh wait, I get corruption spikes for taking things that aren't war goals? We'll have to subjugate other things. For now, we'll just work on carving them up. Yeah, I'll take the gold mine. Give me your money. Break their overlordship, take land, get cash. And we will then proceed to use this for leverage for follow-up fight. And it's now, let's see, yeah, I can handle 13 regiments in the army. Hey Tonnek, remember how we used to be friends? Way back? The old alliance? The good alliance? From the before times that you'll promptly fail to honor, but whatever. We're cool. I don't mind at all. You just get to sit and watch me do this move. We're getting closer to that tech up. Just gonna win some battles. Hope to break the enemy numerical advantage. Make fullest use of our economy of violence. The more effectively I can track down and destroy their armies, the more I can make this properly even. There we go. Thousands dead. And with that, overall advantage on the big board. Good. Now we destroy. Settle in, do a siege, then we surge forward. Since, let's see, yeah, other belligerents. Flapneck, Zapotek. Wanna definitely subjugate Flapneck. They're an easy target. They are small. We'll be able to go over there, crush them. Bring them firmly a sphere. Unless... yeah, they have military 3. That will make them disproportionately unpleasant. Fortunately, now I have military 3. And the field is even. Come at me. What did you expect would happen? You've made a terrible mistake. Finally, morale! Alright, drop a siege. Then we chase these down. Finish them off. No survivors. No mercy. Blood for blood. Enemy army pretty well completely routed. It's a good day. Consolidate those. And this is managing to make headway against the Doom. Maybe things are all right now. This is fine. This is how it should be. Everybody's fighting, everybody's dying. All the blood's in the right place. Alright, lone surviving flapneck army. Be ruined. Send only the mercenaries to take care of this. Have the regulars stay home to conserve manpower. Since we are starting to put that under strain. This is no longer war, but sport. And sport is good. It is blood and chaos abound at the old ball game. As it should be. And that can bleed off into that pile. Which only needs to be 6 tall in order to break this fortress. Looking good. Economy to remain strong. Investment is blood. Okay, city of Tlapnek's down. Not yet destroyed enough to go in for the subjugation. Soon, though, once they are fully overrun, once they acknowledge the complete absence of hope. Let me take this damaged mercenary and discard it. There, saving exactly the money we needed. And then furthermore... Well, actually, let me do it this way. Someone will leave the general there. They're good at siege. They know how best to fort. This is no time for luxury. The doom is too real. We're bringing it in 8 at a time. The doom don't stop. Once we're done with this war, we should immediately roll on to fighting Mixtec. They are reasonably isolated, and the Aztecs are still pretty burnt down. Sure, one might look at our country and think it's also pretty burnt down, but never you mind that. That's doom talk. There, rebalance the focus. Need victory here, so we can start violence there. If we then... So if we attack Mixtec, we'll be fighting Aztec again, maybe have the chance to subjugate them both, then we could push on to Tlaxcala, and that would be our 5. We're very close to establishing a doom equilibrium. Tenuous balance of peril. Yep, become vassal. Inject capital. I don't want any of your land because there's no way we would survive taking more territory right now. I just want your economy to collapse. Give me all of your money. Blood is coin. And you guys? Yeah, same deal. Become vassal. dispense coinage. Triumph. Right, just a moment to catch my breath. Let's see, now we are large. We have our 2 subject. And we can inflict the doom. Or rather, mitigate the doom by inflicting the violence. Not that their leaders are worth a whole lot of blood, but they do contain some blood. No, Tarascans isn't worth anything, right, because they are doomed. Blood value is sum of leader stats. My new rival. Oh, look, no one will defend them! Excellent! This one will be even easier. Just everyone into the pool. And then when we defeat them, we snowball forward into the defenseless Aztecs. Ah, it's all coming together. We may yet succeed at cycling doom. They only have 1 fortress to break as well. All are punished. Ah, they have the full-size fortress, though. This is not quite yet the move. It is the first of the moves, but we have to execute several successful moves before victory is attained. Wait, actually, yeah, he's committed to his move. Let's go. Although he's in Shattered Retreat, so he might be ghosting through that province. Yes. They're on their way home. I have in fact wasted my time. Let me clear my debts. With my big pile of war gold. And I will invest a little in corruption negation. I must deal with that at some point. Oh, and I'm also going to start bleeding diplomacy points because I'm going to very strongly overrun my cap for relations. Too many treaties, there's just not enough paperwork to go around. With just a little bit of diploming, I could have their loyalty. Tenuously. Let's see, looking at the desire here. Yeah, they only get a bit of that from relative power. Our largeness is enough to almost keep them in line. And I can further push that back in the right direction by hiring more spearmen, even if I'm going to keep them far away from the battlefield. Yeah, just go straight for the force limit. Even if it means draining my men. We'll get more men. And I have my mercs to supplement the front line. Destroyed. And the siege goes on. Hey, look at that! Arms buildup, and... other factors has earned tenuous loyalty. They are contributing. Good job, minions. Together, we will put an end to doom. And the guilds want more land. Yeah, give them that sugar. And if I mothball my fortresses, I think we'll have solvency? New coins... yes. Bring in every coin you can. New army is up and running. With which, Tarascan now properly recognizes our strength. Good. That'll be available as soon as we break the fort. And then we roll north. Looking like the rougher parts, just to review the requirements here for reform. Vassals, peace, positive stability, doom under 50. A lot of this is close to working out. Even if we have to do a very healthy round of sacrifices. Should be able to get the job done. And yeah, there's financial solvency. Budget is stable for the time being. Gotta keep my one diplomat available, though, so I can make quick decisions. Although it looks like they are properly defrosted and participating in combat. And look who's running out of allies! Good, we've hit the tipping point. The first round of Thunderdome is firmly flowing in our favor. And for each cycle we complete of it, we get progressively more stable. Like, if I had to sit in this state, it would be dangerously overextended. 8 Doom per year, that's very quick. But within a couple of years, I'll be able to roll my way forward to my catch and release. I think we'll be able to endure in that state then. Just need this fort to fall. Any day now. And we can probably take those 4,000 men and turn them right around. Yes. To go after Mexico. You have not so much money. That's alright. I can work with that. Welcome to the team, third vassal. How much is your blood worth? Some good blood. Alright, round the next one. Oh, damn it. Truce. Yeah, want to give me access so I can go beat up that other guy who's just past you? No? You know, you'd find that suspicious? Weird? Harmful? How about these other assholes? Do I have a truce with them? Yes. The one thing that can stop me. Peace. I can get access through them though, so I could still at least get around into Tlaxcala. Well, alright, from a bit of a shaky start, we did manage to surge forward and continue to engage the inevitable end of all things. Yeah, let's just call it a session and see where Doom will take us in the future. As we sit on the verge of perhaps concluding the move. Move 1 of 5. Doom.